I'm Danny Kanell of CBS Sports HQ. I'm joined by my colleagues Barrett Sallee and Chip Patterson. We're here to help you break down every single bowl game, and this one should be a fun one. Penn State versus Memphis in the Cotton Bowl. It's the New Year's Six award, the game that we give to a group of 5 team fellas that we say, hey, this is your reward, and then if you win the game, we're going to say, oh, well, your opponent didn't want to be there, which I hate from that side of the game, but it will be interesting. Penn State is a touchdown favorite in this game against a very worthy American Conference champion Memphis Tigers squad that I wonder, this is one of those ones. We've seen the group of 5 team have a lot of success in recent years because this is their Super Bowl. Memphis has their opportunity to prove their worth against a Power 5 team. Can they do it, Chip, against this Penn State squad?
I'm not going to be laying it, and I'm not going to be picking Memphis to win this game straight up. And it's because of the way that the X's and O's go. Because when you look at Mike Norvell's offense and the way that it's been successful at Memphis, even as they've lost, Darrell Henderson, here comes Kenneth Gainwell. They've been able to change over coaches and skill position players and still be successful. But it's because it starts with running the ball. And Penn State defensively is an elite team at stopping the run. And I think that because Brady White in the passing game really works off the run game, this is not going to be an opportunity where we're going to see Kenneth Gainwell or Preston White or Antonio Gibson or any of those wonderful Memphis skill position players really have a chance to get loose against the front of that Penn State defense. And if you want one player that I'm circling for this particular game for the Nittany Lions, it's going to be Micah Parsons, because I'm already going to call my shot now. I think that Micah Parsons in 2020 is going to be our Chase Young of next season. Not that they're the same kind of player, but it's the same career trajectory. Highly recruited coming in, a few flash plays as a freshman, as a sophomore works his way into more of the rotation, and I think by the end of his junior season, Micah Parsons is going to be a lock for the first-round NFL draft. I'm thinking about Parsons chasing down these Memphis skill position players, making flash highlight plays, and working on his 2021 NFL draft reel.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Chip. I mean, I think Penn State's going to make this their style of game. They want to play ugly. They want to play old school. And yeah, I mean, that does not jive with what Memphis wants to do. Memphis wants to play a basketball game. They want to play a 60-point game. And a lot of times in the AAC, they can do that. I mean, Kenneth Gainwell has been a star because of that. Brady White and that staff and those players, they have gelled to a point where they have played their style of football. But considering Mike Norvell is not there, you don't well, he's on his way to Florida State. We don't necessarily know if he's going to actually be there or not, but that's a problem, especially against a team in which, from an athletic standpoint, you are overmatched by. So I think when you look at Sean Clifford and you look at those skill position players, they can do one of two things. They can play old school football, they can play ground and pound, but they can also open things up if they need to, if they want to. I just don't know if they're going to want to in this. I think they'll be able to control the clock. They'll be able to keep Brady White off the field. I do think Penn State wins, but, Memphis, this is not like when Central Michigan went to the Cotton Bowl and got run. Memphis can at least hang with Penn State. So, yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be close. In the end, I think Clifford will make a couple plays, get Penn State a win, but it wouldn't surprise me if Memphis makes it close and covers.
Yeah, this one's going to be – I think this will be a fun game. Chip, you gave us Micah Parsons as the player to watch. I would go with Journey Brown, a player – it's been a mishmash of running back all season long, but the last 4 games, Journey Brown had 7 touchdowns, kind of caught some momentum late. Maybe he kind of emerged as a back there. Sean Clifford's health, big, I think he's going to be okay. Missed that last game for them, but he'll be coming back, could be a little bit rusty.
I think everybody for Penn State missed that last game considering the score.
Exactly. I think so too. But so here's my take with Memphis. I do think there is something to the team that this is their Super Bowl. And Penn State, who, remember, in the first committee poll, I think they were number 4 when they came out. They were a team that was in the national title hunt. Could this be the year that they got over that Ohio State, mountain? Could they do it? And they played them pretty tough. Maybe the score is a little bit deceiving because you had those back-to-back plays where Justin Fields coughed it up. Ohio State really did control that game probably a little bit more. And as far as Mike Norvell goes, with him leaving the door, remember Scott Frost when he went to Nebraska and he stayed and coached his team? They had some success before he decided to ride off in the sunset too. So I think that sometimes is given a little bit too much of a negative impact, where the players that are there will be running the same system, and I think they'll be a little bit more fired up. I think Brady White's probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the country for Memphis. He's an outstanding quarterback who can actually make plays with his legs too. And I do think the American doesn't get enough credit as being, as their commissioner, Mike Oresco, likes to call them, the Power 6 conference. So I think they've been battle tested pretty well. So I actually like Memphis here as a touchdown underdog to keep it close there in this squad. Kenneth Gainwell, as you guys mentioned, I mean, a really impressive season. He's a dual threat coming out, whether he runs it or catches it out of the backfield. I think this will be an offense that will challenge Penn State's defense, which is because when you spread it out and you go up tempo and you move guys around, you do neutralize some of that talent gap, which is clearly going to be there in this game. So I would also, now I wonder if you guys will do this one too. I'm going to lean towards the over 60.5. I'm guessing you guys seem to be the under types. Yeah. Are you guys leaning under in this one as well, Barrett? Is that where you are?
Yeah, I'm going under. I just think that at the line of scrimmage, this game's going to be won or lost, and Penn State, they win the line of scrimmage. Like Chip said, Micah Parsons kind of owns that, and Penn State's offensive line, I think in terms of talent, is probably the best offensive line that James Franklin's had there. So, yeah, I'll lean under just because I think that's the way Penn State's going to want to play, and they've got the athletes to do it.
So we said Kenneth Gainwell, we said Preston White, we said Brady White, we said Antonio Gibson. I did not hear a Memphis defensive player mentioned in our analysis of this game. No. I'm going over in this game, and it is not a disrespect to Memphis or the Mike Norvell angle. I just think Penn State's going to score 40 points in this game and win this thing by 10.
Yeah, in any case, it'll cap off whoever wins this game. Really impressive. We'll get Penn State their 11th win, or Memphis could really put a cap on an impressive season as American champ and a win over a really tough Penn State opponent. Should be a fun one. The Cotton Bowl kicks off Saturday, December 28th at noon.